Hi, Donnie. My name is Bridget, and I've been filming one of my clients. I work at PetSmart, and I am a bather, and I work at a pets hotel. And I started my YouTube when I had some clients that wanted to see videos of their dogs while they were out of town, and I'm not very technically inclined, and figured out that I could send it through YouTube better than I could just straight from my phone. So I started doing that, and this is kind of how my story started, with filming Addison and our love affair with you, and her mom loves you a lot too. Is that I was going through a really hard time. About 3 years ago, my husband died. I've had 8 people in my immediate family die on me in 8 years, which I know I sound like one of the Kennedys or something, but I was also a victim of domestic violence, and I was able to maintain my job. It was very hard and very scary, and I'm only 35 years old. This happened to me 3 years ago, so I would have been 32. And so now all I have really is my workers and my coworkers and my friends and my pet parents and my dogs at work and my own dog. Addison's mom was noticing that I was kind of down. I was really getting down because I was starting to feel it. I've spent holidays all by myself before, and that's really hard for me too. But I started thinking, well, what can I do? Because if she was noticing, I knew that other people would be able to notice it too. And I thought, I knew I had heard that y'all had come out with a new album, which I had been praying for forever. And I have been a fan of NKO TV since I was about 6 years old. My cousins bought me for Christmas the first cassette that y'all put out before Hangin' Tough. And I listened to it, but it was like the first thing I had that wasn't like Sesame Street or something like that. And so I thought I was really cool, which I still think I'm really cool because I had that. Not everybody does. But, and I had that cassette tape until I turned about 23 years old, and it finally broke on me. But I remember being at my neighbor's house who used to babysit me, and she was a couple years older than me. And she said, I want you to look at these guys, and like Teen Beat or something. And I had picked out Joey. Of course, he was the one closest in age to me, because you are about, Donnie, you are 12 years older than I am. And when you're like, 7, 8, 9, 10, that's a big deal. But then when I started like seeing the concert videos y'all did, Hanging Tough and the pay-per-view stuff and all that, I really liked all of y'all. I remember thinking, Donnie is crazy, and I thought you dressed weird. But when you opened your mouth, I really liked what was coming out because you talk a lot like I do. I make up funny words and make up nicknames for everybody that I love. But anyways, I wanted to say thank you because when Addison's mom started saying, I can tell you that you're down and stuff like that, I knew it was noticeable, and I was like, well, what can I do? What can I do? And I'd always go back. I used to have the step-by-step VHS. And I remember when I was going through from 8th grade to 9th grade, and I watched it the whole summer, knowing that I was growing up and starting to let go of y'all and kind of like the guys in real life, and crying about it. And I was still listening to y'all with the Free Willy and Keep on Smiling and all that. I still stood by you. And I was upset when y'all broke up. And I watched, I think it was VH1. I can't remember if it was VH1 or MTV. I think it was VH1 was doing where they were trying to get bands back together and everyone signed that record as a contract and do it. And I watched that, and then I got upset because it didn't happen. I thought, Donnie's never going to do this. He's, a big star, and he would think it was beneath him or something. And I kept hoping. And around the time that y'all started coming out with that album was when I was going through the bad stuff. And I didn't start listening to it until a little bit after, like a year after it came out, because I was going through so much stuff. And that was when I was like, oh, I'm going to listen to them again, blah, blah, blah. And it really instantly almost was boosting my morale up and stuff like that. And I was happy to go to work, especially on Thursday. Because what happened was we used to not have music on in our store. And so when I would go and bathe Addison, I would put music on from my phone and listen. And I happened to have CoverGirl play, and I noticed that every time that song came on, she was kind of reacting to it, which she doesn't really react very much. And I was like, wow, you really like this song, don't you? And so I tried other New Kids on the Block songs, and it was only Donnie that she was responding to, mostly CoverGirl. It's like turning on a light switch. Donnie's on, she's happy. Donnie's not on, she doesn't care. Sorry, other guys, I love y'all. But I've tried, I keep trying. But she loves CoverGirl, and we listen to it about 6 times every Thursday. And she stays with us every once in a while, every week, on other days, and I'll play it for her sometimes when we're playing in the room or something. But then I started thinking, she's really reacting to it, and we just thought it was funny. And so I was filming it and showing her, and I was like, wouldn't it be cool if Donnie Wahlberg, came and sang that to Addison, like, how you pick out the girls in the audience, and I know I'm way too old to be picked. Now my ship has sailed, and now I'm just can go on Rock This Boat. Hopefully, maybe next year. But I thought that's never been done before, and I thought that would be kind of cool, and I know Addison would love it. And I texted her mom and I said, do you know who Donnie Wahlberg is? Do y'all watch Wahlburgers or Blue Bloods or anything? And she was like, yeah, we watch Blue Bloods. And I was like, and I sent her the link to the song on YouTube, and I was like, this is Addison's favorite song. She doesn't care about any of the other songs or any of the, the other guys when they're singing and stuff. She just wants to hear Donnie all the time, and she wants to hear CoverGirl all the time, which it's funny because that's kind of the definition of Addison, is that. So I just wanted to kind of introduce myself, because I've been, behind the camera, and Addie's the star. I mean, as you can tell right now, my hair looks like crap. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I just watched your happy birthday surprise video and linked Addison's videos to it, but I kind of felt like debuting myself looking like this. But I told myself Donnie doesn't care, and I don't think the other blockheads will either. I just wanted to say how inspiring you've been. You've always been so positive. And I want to thank all of y'all for saying no to drugs. I've never had to worry about one of y'all dying from an overdose or something. And I hope y'all continue to be healthy and happy. And I will be going to see y'all if y'all are in the nursing home sitting in wheelchairs and singing. I will still come and see you, because that's how much I haven't almost not known a life without y'all singing and being in my life. I even remember when Joey was opening for Britney Spears, and I was like, oh my God, Joey McIntyre. And also when Donnie started acting, I remember being in the movie theater, and I screamed, oh my God, Donnie Wahlberg from the New Kids on the Block, and everyone said shh when I saw the credits come on. But anyways, I just want to say thank you so much for everything you're doing right now, Donnie, because it drives me to be a better person. You always have been like that. When I saw you on Oprah or whatever back in the day, but all of y'all actually are really been inspiring to me throughout my life. But I just wanted to kind of tell my story, since I've been kind of shy and behind the camera and not putting myself out there. And I'm sure it's confusing because I have my married name on my YouTube, and then I have my widowed name on my Facebook. But I had started that YouTube when I was still married and my husband wasn't dead. But I just wanted to say, I don't want to make you sad right now, Donnie, because it's your birthday, even though I'm like a day late or whatever. But I just wanted to say happy birthday and thank you so much for all the inspiration. I try to do kind things every day, not just on your birthday. But I do kind of think, what would Donnie do sometimes? I do that a lot, especially when I get into that funk, which I get into it almost every day. There were days when I would be doing good just to go to work and come home. And not have a crying breakdown. But you've kind of pulled me out of it. And if I get into, and there is nearly every day, there is a moment where it will go, and I can feel it. But I've got my 5 guys behind me, and you've always been there. And I just want, I want to thank every single one of y'all, but I really want to thank Donnie for doing this, because I feel like you are the key. Not that you're the star or I think all of y'all are equal. Even, I know John is very shy and doesn't do a lot, but he contributes in other ways, which I appreciate. That I just kind of wanted to do my little personal thank you. And I will continue to be inspired by you, and I hope others will too. And I'm just kind of doing it as I go, I guess. But happy birthday, Donnie. I love you very much. Sorry this is such a long video, but finally felt like I could come out and talk, even though I look like crap right now. But I just want to say thank you so much for everything that you do. And I want to thank Alma for producing such a wonderful son. I'm sure she remembers that day. And I hope you have very many more birthdays that we can celebrate together.